Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Reshmi Mukherjee and in my channel you get ICC, ISC, English Literature and English Language topics. So as you all know, today the last few days we are discussing few class 10 topics, 9, 11, 12, the fresh topics that are introduced in classes 9 and 11 you will get in my playlist. And if you require any other topic, do write to me in the chat box in the comment section over there. Class 10 playlist, everything is uploaded, all of it, all the materials are there in the playlist along with questions. There is a separate playlist of MCQs, you can follow that, but this is just a revision for the fresh exam. So before we start, a basic idea of slothskill.com. This is my website. In my website you get a lot of content, you can follow that for practice papers. All those who are interested in purchasing practice papers, it will be a list of 20 practice papers with answer key. Maximum mark will be 50 and maximum mark for that paper will be 80 and minimum that you can ask for is 50. Okay, so either 80 or 50 you have to choose, and it will of course be a paid paper. You mail it to me, I will let you know. By September you will get the paper. Okay, if you are interested in purchasing it in September, do that, write that to me. If you are interested in purchasing the question paper in the annuals, you can even write that to me. And this is applicable for 9, 10, 11, 12 all except CBSE boards. Alright, so this is for class 10 and we are discussing the topic Patriot, as somebody wrote to me in the website, also in the channel also. Somebody wrote in the website and I believe many of you wrote in the chat box comment section. So we will discuss the Patriot and we will discuss the MCQs as well as the question answers. It has a lot of content, this poem has a lot of content, and of course we cannot finish it in one class or two class. It will take at least 4 classes, because what we have done is we have divided the past and the present, okay, in videos. For example, the first 3 stanzas are for the past and the last 3 stanzas are for the present. So we have divided into 2 parts. Now these 2 parts have a lot of questions, each have a lot of questions. So each part has 2 videos. So this is the part 1 of the video. Part 2 of the video will also be on questions and MCQ from the first 3 stanzas only. बाकी जो लास्ट 3 स्टांजाज रहेगा उनके लिए हम दो अलग से वीडियो करेंगे, एंड एवरीथिंग ऑन द पेट्रियट विल बी ओवर बाय द नेक्स्ट वीक. Alright, so we are going to start the first part of the Patriot, and without any more delay let's start. In between class 9 के अलावा मतलब class 10 को छोड़ के, if anybody else is interested in any other topic, do write to me. We will decide on that if we can pitch in one of that topic over here. Okay. So let's start. First one, what is the central theme of the poem? Very, very important question. What is the central theme? Is it the beauty of nature? No, nature is described, the beauty is described, beauty of the day is described, but that is not the main theme. Celebrating a year gone by, that means a year already over, we are talking about that. Regret and reflection on past action, central theme is asked. It is not ki first stanza say you tell me what is the theme, not like that. So this can be a better option. The joy of festivities, this is just an initial start of the poem. This cannot be a theme on like a platform. Theme means what? A platform on which the poem is based. So that cannot be the joy. So option number C is correct. MCQ 2, in stanza 1, what does the speaker mention about the church spires? Church spire के बारे में what did he say? They were covered in roses? Of course not, they were not covered in roses. They were swaying in the wind. Church spires were swaying. Spires are those steep portions. So both these 2 options are incorrect. They were adorned with flags, possibly. They were surrounded by myrtle. No, the roads were surrounded, were strewn with myrtle and roses. So option number C is correct. MCQ 3, what is the significance of the air breaking into a mist with bells in stanza 2? Okay, it signifies a change in weather. What kind of a weather? Of course not. It symbolizes the start of a celebration. It represents the atmosphere of the event. What event? It is not highlighted. You see, both B and C are favorable options. Foreshadows a coming storm, nothing as such. Okay. So if it is symbolic significance, we can even think of foreshadow, but just significance, unnecessary. Option number D, strike it out. So between B and C, which one is a better one? Symbolizes the start of a celebration. This is a better option. Celebration is a better word. No, just an event is incorrect. They were very happy, they were joyous. So celebration would be the right word. Okay, alright, MCQ 3 done. Now MCQ 4. How does the speaker feel about the harvest in stanza 3? Stanza 3 में वो harvest के बारे में बोले थे. तो what does he feel about this harvest? Overwhelmed and disappointed, proud and satisfied. Not proud and satisfied. What happened to him? Do you think that it made him proud that people are bent on killing him? No. Ambivalent and uncertain, both are almost the similar words. No. Indifferent and uninterested, no, of course he was very, very disappointed. So option number A, right? MCQ 5. In stanza 2, the phrase and afterward what else, which is present in line number 9, what does it talk about? What does it tell you about the theme? Is it regret? So at that point there was no regret. Uncertainty and skepticism, no. Skepticism means when you it's kind of an indirect hint at something. No, of course it is not that kind of a sarcasm or something. It is a direct kind of what? Sorry, joyful anticipation. Option number C is correct. That they are very happy and they are asking, do you want anything else? So joyful. Nostalgia and reflection, of course nothing over here. MCQ 5 is clear to you. If you have any doubt, that is why I am explaining why the other reasons are wrong. Okay, if you even then have any doubt, do write to me in the comment section. We will discuss on that. MCQ 6. What does the speaker regret in stanza 3? What does he regret? Not planting enough crops. This is very strange. We are not discussing about plantation. We are not discussing about agriculture over here. Harvest is just a symbolic word over here. Not sharing the harvest with friends, no. Not enjoying the festivities, no. Not stopping himself from sacrificing himself for the people. He did everything himself. He did not ask for a sacrifice from his people. He did everything all by himself. He thought, I will be the first one to take all the risk. So I took the risk and thereby I am suffering. So it will be option number D. Okay, rest of the options, first of all, it is not related to agriculture. Festivities, not enjoying the festivities is nothing as such. Harvest with his friends, what will he share with his friends? Nobody is there as his friend, na? By the end of when it was the time of harvest, everybody had left him. Okay, that we will see in the next 3 stanzas. So MCQ 6 is done. Next, move to the next MCQ. What do the house roofs seem to do in stanza 1? Very, very easy. If you have read the poem, you can tell this. Collapse and crumble, heave and sway. Collapse and crumble, no. Heave and sway. Shine brightly, of course not. How can a house roof shine? Does dance in the wind? No. It will be heave and sway, exactly the poem's lines. The house rooms seem to heave and sway. So it is option number B, right? Next we will move to the last MCQ for today. Then we will move into the questions. What does the phrase mere noise repels suggest in stanza 2? The speaker is annoyed. He is not annoyed listening to all those sounds. He was happy that time, right? Later on he became sad by the way in which the people behaved with him. The speaker prefers silence, nothing as such. The noise is overwhelming and joyful. The noise is necessary for celebrations, nothing as such. Ki celebration mein noise hote hi hai. He is not accepting it. He is very happy. He is overwhelmed by all that sound. That people are there to, people are waiting to sacrifice anything and everything. They can even sacrifice the sun for me. Okay. So that makes that person joyful, happy. So that is all from MCQs. Now we will move into the questions. Both the questions are here on the screen. You can think upon it and you can decide what the answer will be. But I will give you the answer also. Okay. First, read question number 1. When you are reading question number 1, you are finding that we are being asked what? Analyze the significance. I just change the ink of the pen. Yes, analyze the significance of the imagery of roses and myrtle in the poem. What is the significance of this imagery? So what can we write? The imagery of roses and myrtle, they symbolize what? They symbolize happiness, celebration, festivity, beauty, right? Then roses over here symbolize what? Separately, if you want to say, roses symbolize love and joy, happiness. Myrtle, separately if you want to say, then myrtle is kind of symbolic of prosperity and happiness. Okay, altogether you can say, depending on the marks you write. Next, what do these symbols represent? Separately again there is a second part where you can write that these symbols contrast with the speaker's eventual regret. Later on he will regret, na? That is why they will ask you about contrasting images over here. Then you are going to write ki myrtles, roses filled his path, and on the other hand people were throwing stones at him. These contrasting images, and that is why these words are used, roses and myrtle, so that it can symbolically be used as contrast, ki first how people behaved with him and later on how people behaved with him, to show the fickle mindedness of people. Okay, question number 1 is clear. Question number 2, explore the contrast between the vibrant atmosphere in stanza 1 and the somber mood in stanza 3. As I told you, first 3 stanzas we are doing, so we are not going to discuss those questions that come in the next 3 stanzas. We will discuss in the later videos. So contrast in stanza 1 and stanza 3, that only we have to say. And how does this contrast contribute to the overall theme of the poem? This is another very significant question. What are we going to write? The contrast between the festive atmosphere and the somber reflection underscores the theme of what? Sorrow, regret, passage of time. 2 main points. One is regret or sorrow. Second is passage of time. That fickle-minded people are. Today maybe you like me, you think my videos are helpful to you. Tomorrow maybe you will not like the video. People are fickle-minded. That is what the poet is trying to suggest over here. The speaker is trying to point out. Alright, initial celebration in stanza 1 tells us that people are very happy with the performance of their leader. However, they expect, sets up the expectation of success, which is then juxtaposed. That means it is just sitting one above the other. Juxtaposed is a very good word that you can use over here, kind of a contrast. Initially they were, throwing stones and they were throwing flowers like roses and myrtle at him, and today and a few years later, just a single year later, they were throwing stones at him, right? So they were ready to welcome him, and that contrasted with the stanza 3 when things have already totally changed, and in a single year people have become disgusted at whatever the patriot had done for them. Okay. So this is the first 2 questions. I hope question 1 and 2 are clear to you. Next we will move to the next page with question 3 and question 4. Discuss the significance of the phrase leaped at the sun in stanza 3. This is also a very significant question, very important. Do prepare this question. So how does it relate to the speaker's feelings of accomplishment and disappointment? How will you write it? Leaped at the sun or leapt at the sun, whatever, you have to write leaped only over here because it is given in quotes. So leaped at the sun, it suggests the speaker's ambitious nature, right? Ambitious pursuit of goals. We don't know whether that goal was right or wrong, but whatever he tried for, he thought that he is doing something good, and when he tried to do it, he tried to reach the utmost height of it. So that means he was ambitious about his goals. Okay, akin to reaching the unreachable. He wanted to reach the point which is unattainable, people cannot reach. He went to that height also. He tried to go to that height. This relates to the speaker's feelings of accomplishment, as he had done everything. So what does he feel, and why is he feeling disappointed? Because he feels that he tried to achieve the unachievable. He did not take the help of anybody. Even then he realized later that all his efforts did not yield him the desired result. Okay, because he actually thought that he is doing good to people. He did not understand that that was not the right thing to do. Okay, so he was disappointed, feeling that I did so much and there was no result at all. Question number 4. How does the poem explore the theme of ambition and its consequences? Provide examples from the text to support your answer. So how does the poem explore the theme of ambition, it is asking. So we are going to write that the poem delves into the theme of ambition through the speaker's eagerness to achieve success. Quite similar introductory line as question number 3. You are writing that he wanted to achieve the unachievable, he wanted to achieve success anyhow. Okay, and the phrase leapt at this or leaped at the sun, here we also have to talk about, it exemplifies the ambitious drive, how it also refers to the illusion of the ambitious leap of Icarus. Okay, see, provide examples from the text. That is why that allusion, a reference to that Greek mythology, that he was quite like Icarus, who who ambitiously leapt at the sun, okay, thought that he could fly very close to the sun. His father had told him not to do that, and therefore he died and fell down. His wings burnt, okay, his wax melted, the wax that held his his feathers, that burnt, and he fell down and he had to die. So he did not, he was over ambitious, and that is what is given in the poem to support the ambitious nature of the patriot, okay, where he tried to reach the unreachable or unachievable, okay. So this is question 3 and 4 done. Next question, question 5 and 6, let's see. Discuss the role of the bells and the church spires in the poem. How do these elements contribute to the overall mood and message of the poem? What are we supposed to write over here? The bells and the church spires. What does it symbolize? Very easy. It symbolizes the grandeur and the excitement that people felt to when they saw that, when they heard that their patriot is, that their leader is coming in. Okay, so that talks about the celebration, the festive mood, okay, in stanza 2. How do these elements contribute to the overall mood? That is what the festive mood it is talking about. However, it is also overall mood. How does it relate to the overall mood and message? This word is important over here. See, if this word was not given, whatever I have already told you, that serves your answer. But message is also asked, na? So with these contrasting images, the poem leaves a scope so that it can show the contrast, okay, that what happens in the past and what happens in the future, okay, to point out the fickle mindedness of people. That is the message of the poem. All right. Now question number 6. Analyze the structure of the poem, particularly the shift from stanza 2 to stanza 3. Something sweet we get in stanza 2, stanza 3 is not that happy. So this shift we have to discuss in the structure question. How does this structural shift enhance the reader's understanding of the speaker's emotion? What do you understand about the speaker's mood, the speaker's realization? So we will write the shift from stanza 2 to stanza 3 marks a transition from external celebration, very important question, okay, write it down somewhere, external celebration to internal realization or reflection, okay. External celebration, that means people were very happy outside, festive mood, that we saw in stanza 1 and 2. There is a child who is crying with the, to his heart out. I don't know what is the reason, but from morning he's just screaming and screaming, okay. It's a very small baby. Anyway, you may hear the sounds as well, but ignore it, okay. Just pay attention to the class. So internal reflection, like first he sees what is happening outside, he is very happy at it. Later on, by the time we reach third stanza, we see that he is already reflecting, thinking about the situation he is in, okay. This structural change allows the reader to witness the contrast. That is why he realizes, no, if you still cannot understand, if you are not waiting for the harvest, stanza 3 में हम लोग को वो word मिलता है ना, harvest, कि now I have to see what I have received from my people, I did for them, and what was the result. So this internal reflection, that is the contrast that talks about the internal exuberance and the later realization of the unfulfilled expectation, okay, that what I expected and what has happened. So that we will understand because of this structural shift. Okay, the poem moves, the structural shift is very important to understand the fickle mindedness of people, okay, that these are unfulfilled expectations, and it intensifies the impact on the speaker's emotions, that the speaker is now aware that maybe what I did was not the right thing to do, possibly I should not have been so ambitious in my actions, okay. So that is what is asked in question number 6. So that is all we will do from here. Let's not make the video too long and make it too boring. Whatever you think that you cannot write on your own, you just write it down, whatever I have told you, okay. So that is all for today. I hope you liked it and you are going to subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends so that they also can utilize this free content, okay. And you can also check the website, as I already told you, it is slothskill.com, as you all know. Don't forget to check it because you will find a lot of content over here, and see you in my next class again with the part 2 of Patriot, okay. Bye bye, see you in my next class.